Hi everyone, CK Master here, doing a patch video for the first Berserker Khazan, or covering this dev update and what's coming up. So they recently posted on Reddit and gave some updates. These first couple paragraphs is just nice feeling from the game director. Really saying that he values the players and wanting people to keep playing. It sounds for a pretty long time. So to that effect, they have been adding the first couple of patches. So they talk a little bit through their design philosophy with what they were thinking of, where they were thinking of making harder things, uh, more annoying things. I don't know. Lots of different things, and really, even their lead developer said, some of these ideas are a little crazy, which I'm glad when developers can recognize that and not just go overboard. I appreciate that perspective from them. But they did come up with a couple of things that they're really excited about and that I think sound really cool. Uh, that we'll be getting on a patch that is aimed for May 15th. They said it could get pushed back a little bit, but who knows? And those are two new boss rush modes. So, uh, one of them here are the two names actually. So, Great General's Crucible, as well as Berserker's Bloodshed. Uh, Great General's Crucible, let's see here, just read. Fight through groups of thematically organized bosses, unlocking the next theme each time you clear one. You'll fight with designated specs, gear, levels, skills, etc., and completing all of them will earn you a special reward. So you'll fight with just completely what they determine for you, levels, skills, everything. So there'd be no way to really cheese that, I guess. Maybe some of the things will be a little cheesy, who knows? But in general, that should be really well balanced. Having a boss that they know exactly what gear you'll be in, they can tune that exactly how they want it, which should be pretty interesting. And then the second one, Berserker's Bloodshed. Make your character stronger with rewards earned from consecutive fights and push all the way to defeat the final boss. As a final reward, you can earn powerful new weapons and set items. I'm very interested in those weapons and set items, although, frankly, there's not much use for them, especially once you clear this mode, because New Game Plus Plus right now is kind of a victory lap. I'm hoping that we get something even more challenging where we can use that gear in the future. And with the way these guys are talking, I'm thinking that more DLC updates, things like that, will be coming. So yeah, they're saying they're really curious how we're gonna feel about it, and please send them lots of feedback. I'm not sure what the method for that was. I guess you can comment on Reddit, and they'll probably see it. Some other things that are coming in the May patch. I know a lot of people were excited about this. You'll unlock Transmog on the first playthrough. That's pretty good. Um, yeah, and then some. Let's see here. Now I think that this one. Yeah, everything below here is what's coming in June. So they were kind of talking about things that are going to come after the next update. So just a sneak preview here. Um, they talked a little bit or spent a lot of time explaining shortcuts. Um, right now, if you go to replay a level after you've already done it, the shortcuts will be closed, which can be kind of annoying because you go to a stone and then you can't go backwards or something. So that's kind of weird. But basically, they had said like they can't change this because the level design just doesn't allow for it. There's some levels where closing the shortcuts actually closes off the previous path. So if they were going to completely redo things, they would have to reset level progress, and you do not want to be a person who's stuck on a boss and then gets bumped to the beginning of the level one day when there's a patch. It just wouldn't feel good. So, right now their approach is that they're not going to do it. Maybe they'll think or figure something else out in the future. Who knows? And yeah, these are kind of just them going over those reasons. Players would feel a huge sense of loss. Uh, while resetting would improve stability, um, it would require an enormous amount of testing, including things for like NG Plus, New Game Plus, and they say it would significantly delay new content updates. So I don't think anyone is wants this more than they want new content, or maybe some people do, but I don't. Um, and then they said even if the reset worked, there could be things like save file corruption, progression errors. No one wants that. All right. So, well, they're not doing that. We don't get that quality of life, but what do we get? And this is something I am just so excited about. I'm so mad every time I play Khazan and don't see this stuff. The first will be items to allow fast traveling, either to the crevice or to the last blade nexus you interacted with. Amazing. It was infuriating not having this, especially when I was gathering like jars or just anything in a level, and I'd get it and be done, and then I couldn't port back. I'm gonna have a lot fewer of those situations now. Um, because I've already done it, but I'm still glad it's being added, especially for new players. I do wonder if it'll make you drop your lacrima when you use it, because if not, then yeah, it could still definitely be useful for me to just port and keep my lacrima. I would imagine they let you, given how friendly this game is with lacrima. Uh, you know, there's no other game where you kill the boss or don't kill the boss and they just give you more. They now allow you to teleport between one blade nexus to another. Another great change. I hated that when I was inside of missions and could just you had to go back to the crucible or the crevice and then to your new spot. It was just annoying and unnecessarily long. And then after you clear a mission for farming purposes, so you're replaying a mission to get boss items or something, whatever you want. Now you will just go right back in front of that portal when you beat the mission. Instead of going to the mortal side of the crevice and then having to go back in and run back, this will be just a pretty good time saver, especially if you're killing a boss over and over again. This will save you a lot of time. They say that they're also working on buffs to the Phantom form. That's good. I don't think I see too many people using that. So that'll be real nice, I think. And then, okay, so that kind of covers everything that they're targeting for late May, early June. Uh, that's when the second one will be released. And then they said, what comes after that? Here are the things that they're still thinking about. So balance adjustments, they just list the 3 weapon types, which all of them can be pretty overpowered. So I'm real curious what they're gonna do here. Like Phantom Bloody Sword Dance with dual wield was just like I don't have to think. Um, they might be tapping. Maybe they'll just be tapping some good skills down, as well as putting some skills up. It's hard to say, um, but it should be interesting. I would imagine we'll see greatsword buffs because I think we just don't see very many people using that. And I'd like to see something just to get spear out of the trance spam, as well as to get dual wield out of the Phantom Bloody Sword Dance spam. That's the main thing. I think I want the skills to be more varied. Maybe have the set bonuses be better for other sets, just so we don't see so much of the same. Uh, adjustments to set effect configurations, which I'm guessing that's what I was just talking about a little bit. We'll see. There's not a lot of detail there. Skill presets, gear presets. This is a good change, something that Neo has, and this game is incredibly inspired by Neo. Very good if you want to switch between dual wield, greatsword, spear, so you don't have to go redo your 70 skill points every time. Very nice change there. A system to increase your gear grade, so I'm thinking that means the ability to take it from like epic to legendary or something. Be very interesting to see how that system works. Change your weapon scaling, also very interesting. Yeah, but although once you get late enough, of course, you just have max in a lot of things, so I'm not sure how this will end up playing out. It should be very interesting. Maybe you can completely change the scaling, if there's a stat that you like change your great sword scaling to proficiency or something to increase block rating. Who knows? New sorting options. Okay, yeah. We should be able to sort by name. And storage expansion. Yeah, great. And more special contents. Who knows what they're cooking up? It seems like they've got a lot in mind. I'll be very interested to see more. And then just the quick note from them, update and development progress. I'm trying to see here. They're just trying to explain themselves. Um, they're saying they're trying as hard as they can. Uh, their priority is that players enjoy Khazan in a stable environment. Makes sense, right? They don't want to do things that just break the game to get stuff out quickly. So just be patient with devs, of course. They're doing the best they can. It seems like these guys really love their game, and they're releasing good content for us to continue loving it as well. All right. Well, that's all for now. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day, and subscribe if this was helpful.